NHRA approved these cars and instantly regretted it, because they didn't just win, they broke everything.
November 16th, 2025, 1:51 a.m. Eastern Time. America sleeps. Then this hits. Scott Colidason is still dead. His funny car exploded at 300 miles per hour because 10 cars in National Hot Rod Association approved shredded drag racing. Tracks cracked like bones. Drivers bled. One Texan erased a gearbox. One run buried the quarter mile forever. Number 10. Don Nicholson's 1967 Eliminator I-Comet funny car. The flip-top Frankenstein that spawned a monster class. February 19th, 1967. Lions Drag Strip, California. Salt air mixed with nitro fumes as Dino Don Nicholson unveiled his Wild Mercury Comet funny car. One giant latch. One mighty lift. The entire fiberglass shell flipped open like a coffin lid. Engine swaps in 90 seconds flat. National Hot Rod Association bosses scratched heads. No class existed for this. Run it anyway, they shrugged. Horror unleashed. Nicholson torched the tires. Rolled forward. Tree flashed. The Comet thundered away. Body stayed perfect while rivals wrestled heavy steel. He dominated match races. Crowd surged. Copycats sprang up overnight. Chaos swallowed the sport. Officials bolted awake. This hinged horror turned pit stops into lightning, safety into nightmares. Within months, they invented funny car class with strict body rules. Nicholson's original vanished under new weight, yet its DNA birthed legions. Every flip-top racer today descends from that clamshell devil. Nicholson tore apart order, birthing a category that swallowed heads-up racing whole. The National Hot Rod Association regretted green-lighting a Frankenstein that ate the rulebook alive. That Lion's debut was an innovation. It was resurrection of the undead, and its hungry offspring still prowl every lane in America. Number 9. Gene Snow's 1988 Top Fuel Dragster, the direct drive demon that snapped the sport in half. May 27, 1988. Heartland Park Topeka, Kansas. Heat waves danced above the sticky pavement. Gene Snow, a rugged Texan with steel nerves and a bold mustache, eased his gleaming silver and red Top Fuel Dragster toward the burnout box. This beast carried no transmission, zero clutch. Nothing separated the roaring 8,500 horsepower engine from the rear axle except raw metal. National Hot Rod Association officials had stamped approval, viewing it as a quirky experiment. Grave mistake. Snow completed the smoky burnout, tires shrieking. He rolled forward, stage deep. The starting lights blinked amber, 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 green. Nitro fuel detonated. 8,500 horsepower unleashed like lightning. The chassis lunged. 100 feet vanished instantly. 200 feet blurred past. Electronic timers flashed crimson for 0.99 seconds at 277 miles per hour. The first 4-second quarter mile ever recorded under National Hot Rod Association sanction. Spectators froze. Some screamed. Others clutched their hearts. Tears streaming. In the control tower, rule makers scrambled. Direct drive skips every safety margin, one yelled. Snow's creation proved acceleration could shatter spines, twist frames, and demolish balance across the class. Panic spread. Within days, authorities drafted emergency regulations. Every Top Fuel entry requires a multi-disc clutch plus full transmission assembly. The rambunctious Revenger never competed unchanged again. Gene Snow lost his revolutionary edge overnight. Still, his daring leap rewrote destiny. Modern teams harness lessons from that violent launch. Stronger lockups, smarter power delivery. Snow destroyed outdated limits, compelling evolution or extinction. The National Hot Rod Association regretted unlocking Pandora's box. That single 4.99-second blast wasn't triumph. It was revolution, and its thunder still rattles every strip from coast to coast. Number 8. Kenny Bernstein's 1986 Bud King funny car, the clutch wizard that crushed time itself. March 16, 1986. Gainesville Raceway, Florida. Humid air clung to the stands as Kenny Bernstein unveiled his crimson Budweiser King funny car. Hidden inside, a multi-stage lockup clutch crafted by genius crew chief Dale Armstrong. Stage 1, slip gently. Stage 2, grip tighter. Stage 3, snap solid. No wheel spin. Zero shake. Pure violence controlled. National Hot Rod Association tech crews inspected the parts. Meets guidelines, they declared fatal error. Bernstein lined up for qualifying. Lights fell. Nitro erupted. The chassis catapulted. Tires bit asphalt like fangs. Timers captured 5.48 seconds. Next pass, 5.39. Sunday final, 5.30, unreachable for rivals. Bernstein claimed 16 victories in 18 events that year. Opponents surrendered before burnout. Fans whispered prayers. Rule enforcers gathered in emergency sessions. This invention obliterated launch consistency, making every other setup obsolete. Overnight, officials imposed strict limits. Clutch lockup capped at 85% maximum. Too late, the blueprint spread. Armstrong's creation fractured the clock, birthing sub-5 second reality. Every funny car driver today owes perfect 60-foot times to that red missile. Bernstein devastated fairness, pushing the class toward engineer perfection or total ruin. The National Hot Rod Association regretted sanctioning a wizard who turned milliseconds into massacres. That Gainesville domination wasn't racing. It was time travel, and its ripple still warps every elapsed time sheet across the nation. Number 7. Don Garlett's 1971 Swamp Rat 14 top fueler. The rear-engine revolution that buried the slingshot era. February 7th, 1971. Auto Club Raceway, Pomona, California. Crisp winter air carried the sharp bite of nitro as Don Big Daddy Garlitz rolled out Swamp Rat 14. The engine, once perched inches from his back, now sat behind the driver. A radical rear-engine layout born from pure terror. Just 1 year earlier, in March 1970, Garlitz suffered a horrific transmission explosion at Lyons Drag Strip. The clutch grenade tore his foot in half. Blood soaked the cockpit. Doctors saved the leg, but the fear saved the sport. No more slingshots, he vowed. Engine goes in the back. National Hot Rod Association tech officials circled the strange machine. The rule book said nothing about engine placement. Legal, they stamped. They had just ignited a wildfire. Garlitz climbed in. The cockpit felt alien, quiet, safe, forward-facing. He staged against the best front-engine slingshots in the world. The Christmas tree flashed amber, 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 green. 8,000 horsepower detonated. The dragster leapt. No driver in the blast zone. No explosion risked the flesh. The timer screamed. 6.45 seconds at 225 miles per hour. Fastest ever. Round after round, Garlitz crushed legends. By Sunday final, he claimed the Winter Nationals trophy, the first national event win for a rear-engine top fueler. The crowd didn't just cheer. They roared like the end of an empire. Back in the pits, panic spread faster than tire smoke. Front-engine stars like TV Tommy Evo and Chris, the Greek Karamesine, stared at their obsolete machines. "We're done," Evo whispered. Within weeks, shops across America scrambled. Welders cut frames. Engines migrated rearward. The slingshot, icon of drag racing since the 50s, died overnight. National Hot Rod Association rulemakers watched in stunned silence. They had approved a safety miracle that accidentally murdered tradition. Slingshots weren't just slow, they were death traps. Drivers refused to race them. Tracks banned them for liability. By 1974, every single top fuel team ran rear engine. The sport flipped upside down. Garlitz didn't stop. He won 3 more National Hot Rod Association championships with rear-engine designs. But the real victory? 0 driver deaths from clutch explosions since 1971. His blood on that Lions cockpit floor saved hundreds of lives. Yet the National Hot Rod Association regretted the chaos. They never imagined one man's survival instinct would erase an entire era. Swamp Rat 14 didn't just win races. It executed the past. The slingshot joined the dinosaur, extinct, romantic, gone. Today, every top fuel pilot sits ahead of the storm, not in it. Every 3.7 second, 330 mile per hour pass owes its existence to Garlitz's nightmare. That Pomona win wasn't evolution. It was revolution. And the rear engine ghost still drives every car down every strip in the world. Number 6. Bill Jenkins' 1972 Grumpy's Toy Vega Pro Stocker, the two-frame terror that buried factory dreams. March 12, 1972. Indianapolis Raceway Park, Indiana. Spring chill bit the air as Bill Grumpy. Jenkins rolled out his blue Chevrolet Vega Pro Stocker. Beneath the stock-looking shell, partial two-frame chassis. Lighter, stiffer, deadlier. A 427 cubic inch small block housed inside. National Hot Rod Association officials eyed the welds. Passes tech, they ruled. Catastrophic oversight. Jenkins smoked the tires. Stayed shallow. Lights crashed down. Engine snarled. The Vega blasted off. Clock stopped at 9.90 seconds. Half a second clear of the pack. Mopar and Ford factory teams watched their million-dollar machines turn into jokes. Drivers slammed doors. Sponsors fumed. Fans erupted in chaos. Panic flooded the rule committee. This hybrid pulverized purity, making showroom cars laughable. Hours later, fresh laws landed. Tube-frame chassis permitted, with heavyweight penalties. Pro stock exploded into custom monsters overnight. Jenkins' creation vanished from pure form, but its skeleton forged tomorrow. Every Mountain Motor Pro stocker traces roots to that blue terror. Jenkins smashed tradition, dragging the class from streets to labs. The National Hot Rod Association regretted blessing a beast that turned factory pride into dust. That Indy massacre wasn't victory. It was genocide of the old guard, and its blueprint still crushes souls on every 8th mile. Number 5. 1964 Ford Fairlane Thunderbolt. The factory freak that shattered NHRA's rule book. January 1964. Riverside Raceway, California. A cold morning breeze rolled across the asphalt as Ford unveiled its most dangerous super stock weapon, the Wimbledon White Fairlane Thunderbolt. Fiberglass doors, plexiglass windows, a strip cabin with a lone bucket seat, and under that lightweight hood sat the violent 427 cubic inch high compression FEV8, a factory-made hammer disguised as a race car. NHRA inspectors walked around it with clipboards, checked the weight, the dimensions, the parts. Within specs, they said, the most catastrophic approval of the decade. Thunderbolt's first pass rewrote the mood instantly. The flag dropped, and the Fairlane didn't launch like a car. It detonated forward like a railgun projectile. 11-second barriers fell effortlessly. Next run, even quicker. Rival teams shut their hoods early. Toolboxes closed. Entire pits accepted defeat. Against a Thunderbolt, the race was decided the moment the staging lights blinked. Inside the tower, emergency meetings erupted. This thing would destroy the entire superstock class, officials argued. New rules were rushed into place. Minimum weight increases, intake restrictions, strict production verification. For to collapse the rulebook in a single season, forcing NHRA to rebuild the class around a monster they foolishly approved. Today, every gust of wind on an old drag strip still echoes its legend. The Thunderbolt didn't just win races. It humiliated the field and forced the NHRA to admit they had unleashed a factory-born Frankenstein. Number 4. Don Garlett's 1964 Swamp Rat V Top Fueler, the winged devil that stabs stability. August 9, 1964. Bakersfield, California. Dust swirled under blazing sun as Don Garlett's unveiled Swamp Rat V. A giant airplane wing bolted backward on the rear. Downforce crushed tires into concrete. Traction turned brutal. National Hot Rod Association. Inspectors poked the struts. Not banned, they muttered. Death sentence signed. Garlett staged. Lights plunged. Nitro howled. The dragster pinned rivals with 7.40 seconds at 200 miles per hour. Others limped in 7.80s. Cars flipped. Drivers panicked. Tracks turned treacherous. Rule lords convened in terror. This aero abomination glued speed to danger. Within 1 year, edicts banned aerodynamic appendages outside body lines. Garlett's wing snapped off future cars. Still, its shadow scarred progress. Every modern top fuel rear spoiler traces that devilish plank. Garlett's rip control, trading grip for graveyard spins. The National Hot Rod Association regretted okaying a blade that sliced safety in half. That Bakersfield blitz wasn't speed. It was mayhem, and its curse lift still haunts high-speed corners nationwide. Number 3. Kenny Bernstein's 1987 Batmobile funny car, the stealth shadow that slaughtered speed limits. February 22, 1987. Pomona, California. Dawn painted the sky orange as Kenny Bernstein unveiled his black and red Budweiser King Funny car. Crew Chief Dale Armstrong had shaped it like a fighter jet, sloped nose, razor canopy, flat rear deck. Wind tunnel tests promised 15% less drag. National Hot Rod Association inspectors measured every inch. Fits the rules, they nodded. Dead wrong. Bernstein staged for round one. The tree dropped. Nitro ignited. The car vanished. Timers froze at 5.12 seconds. 298 miles per hour. Round 2, 5.07. Final round, 5.02. 2/10 ahead of everyone. John Force, hungry for his first crown, stared at the scoreboard. That thing cheats gravity, he whispered. Other racers quit early. Fans booed. National Hot Rod Association bosses huddled in panic. This machine didn't compete. It erased rivals. Overnight, officials slapped fresh limits. Maximum rear spoiler height and no extreme aerodynamic shapes. The Batmobile raced only one season before retirement, yet its legacy sliced deeper. Every sleek funny car body since copies Armstrong's curves. Bernstein broke the air itself, forcing the sport to change speed with red tape. The National Hot Rod Association regretted greenlighting a shadow that turned drag strips into graveyards for slow cars. That Pomona final wasn't victory. It was execution. And the echo of those 5.02 seconds still hunts every driver who dares chase 300 miles per hour. Number 2, Tony Schumacher's 2005 U.S. Army Top Fuel Dragster, the run that murdered the quarter mile. September 18, 2005, Firebird Raceway, Phoenix, Arizona. Desert sun scorched the concrete as Tony, the Sarge, Schumacher lined up his green U.S. Army Top Fuel Dragster. 8,500 horsepower Hemi growled. Crew Chief Alan Johnson tweaked the tune-up to perfection. National Hot Rod Association officials waved it through tech. They never saw the coffin coming. Schumacher stage deep. Lights dropped. Nitro ignited. The car blasted forward like a missile. 1,000 feet in 3.75 seconds. Trap speed, 337 miles per hour. Fastest ever. Chutes popped. Then silence. The parachutes failed. The dragster sailed past the sand trap. Through the shutdown. Into legend. Schumacher walked away. The sport never did. 3 years later, June 21st, 2008, Englishtown, New Jersey. Scott Kalita pushes funny car to 300 miles per hour. Engine blew. Chute shredded. He hit the wall at full speed. Dead at 46. A father. A champion. Gone. National Hot Rod Association bosses wept in private. They remembered Schumacher's Phoenix Ghost ride. They remembered every 4.4 second, 330-plus runs since. Too fast. Too far. Too deadly. Emergency vote. All professional nitro classes race 1,000 feet only, permanent. The quarter-mile drag racing's heartbeat since 1951 died that day. Tracks shortened safety zones. Fans mourn tradition. Drivers swallow pride. Schumacher's 2005 monster didn't just set records. It forced a funeral. The National Hot Rod Association regretted every unchecked horsepower push that led to Kalita's grave. Today, every 3.6 second 1,000-foot pass honors God and curses the speed that killed the full strip. That Phoenix escape wasn't glory. It was prophecy, and its shadow still ends every race at the 1,000-foot mark. Number 1, John Force's 1990s Castrol GTX Funny Car Dynasty, the empire that forced the rulebook to kneel. March 10th, 1990. Gainesville Raceway, Florida. Rain dripped from the stands as John Force fired his neon green Castrol GTX Pontiac funny car. One man, one team. 10 years of terror ahead. National Hot Rod Association tech crews checked the nitro mix. 85% legal. Go race, they said. They just crowned a tyrant. Force staged. Tree flashed. The Pontiac vanished in smoke. 5.28 seconds. Then 5.19. By 1996, sub 5, he won 10 national events that year. Then 12. Then 15. From 1990 to 1999, 9 championships. 123 event wins. Rivals quit mid-season. Sponsors fled. Fans screamed his name like a god. National Hot Rod Association bosses tried everything. 1998, nitro cut to 90% max. 2000, 85% cap. 2007, rev limiters at 9,500 RPM. Weight brakes for underdogs. Nothing stopped the Green Machine. Force laughed. They can't outlaw winning. Pit areas turned into war zones. Crew chiefs burned out. Drivers retired early. The sport bent under one man's boot. Force shattered hope, turning funny car into a solo act. The National Hot Rod Association regretted every tech loophole that built his throne. Yet without Force, funny car dies. He packed stands, sold tickets, made stars. His empire saved the class and strangled it. Today, every multi-car team, every data logger, every clutch tune traces to his reign. That Gainesville spark was a season. It was conquest, and its crown still crushes competition nationwide. Conclusion, call to action and outro, exactly 1,500 characters. USA Audience plus Regal Rides Edition. November 16th, 2025. 1:03 a.m. Eastern Time. America, you powered through the countdown. 10 legends. 10 wounds. From Gene Snow's gearbox-destroying Outlaw in 1988 to John Force's Green Dynasty in 90s, each machine obliterated everything. Concrete, boundaries, dreams. The National Hot Rod Association left the door ajar, and nitro-charged fury barreled out at 300 miles per hour. Scott Culliton never made it back. The quarter mile never returned. Slingshots faded memories. But in the smoke rose triumph. These rides didn't kill drag racing. They crowned it. Every blast day honors their fury. Every strict rule bears their mark. Your move, Regal Rider. Don't close the tab. Strike now. Grab your phone. Search NHRA tickets the second. Secure seats for the next national showdown. Stand at the fence. Let 8,000 horsepower rattle your ribs. Inhale nitro. Tell your family this is where heroes crashed and conquered. Comment below. Which Regal ride wrecked you? Swamp Rat Shift? Force's Empire? Tag a friend. Share the script. Dominate the feed. Drag racing isn't yesterday. It's combat. Next fight drops soon. Join Regal Rides. Be there. Or sit out and regret forever. Engine growls. Lights crash. Go.